Are you familiar with President Aquino? His legacy, the work he's done.
Yes.
How would you describe
Wouldn't be as
it?
familiar as you would be, or of course the people here at the Philippines, but I've always admired, from a distance, from what I knew of him, I've always admired his courage and felt that he was, from a distance again, had some very good leadership principles that he followed. Absolutely.
If I ask you, what do you think President Aquino has offered the most to the Filipino people as he steps down, what would it be?
You'll have to answer that. I think you're closer to it than I am.
You know, elections are coming up in 2016. The country is asking, I won't name you the candidates, what would be more important in leadership? A person that has good moral values, has never stolen money, but lacks experience, or a person with questionable values but is very experienced, or a person that's experienced but not as courageous, or someone so courageous but would kill anyone that is a criminal.
Do you have any other candidates?
Go on. I'm just curious.
It's like people ask me all the time.
Is experience that important?
Well, I think experience is very important.
Okay.
Especially at high levels of leadership. Because here's the thing. Leaders that are great leaders understand context and big picture. You can't understand context and big picture without experience. We had a president who had a great heart in the 70s, elected Jimmy Carter. Great heart.
Yeah.
Didn't have context. Was not a contextual big picture president. Wasn't really a very good leader. But when people ask me about, you know, here you got a good moral person, but they really have no leadership experience. Here you got somebody that's got leadership. Yeah, it's kind of like a surgeon. If you're going into surgery tomorrow, Karen, you got this wonderful. He's just a wonderful moral surgeon. I mean, he's just a wonderful moral man. He's not a very good surgeon.
Yeah.
But he's just a really good person.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want him to operate on you, or would you rather have somebody highly skilled that maybe has some flaws in his life, but he was a great surgeon? You know, I kind of want the moral man to pray for me, and the guy that was flawed to do the surgery. Are you with me?
Yeah. But
it shouldn't be either or.
It shouldn't be either. But right now it's sort of either or.
Yeah, and that's bad. Well, and that's why I said, do you have any other candidates? You'd like to find somebody. You'd like to find somebody that has great experience, but would absolutely do the right thing.
Now, how important is courage for a leader?
I think people follow courage, not titles. I mean, I think the first thing that a leader does is steps up, steps out, stands up, and moves out. And that takes courage, because no one else has started to stand, no one else has started to say anything. I think courage is, and courage and respect, that's earned on what I call difficult ground. It's earned on making hard decisions, choices sometimes that are maybe not popular, but are right. But I think courage is I think courage is core to great leadership.
Aren't you born with that? I mean, David in the Bible, he killed Goliath with a slingshot.
Yeah, but he killed a bear and a lion before he killed on the big boy. You know,
that's a good one.
You got to understand, he worked himself up to Goliath. He just didn't take on the big boy immediately. He did a few other things first. And I think that's part of courage too. I don't think that you go out and do the big battles first. I think you've got to win the little battles. You win the little battles, you win the medium battles, and one day you say, I can handle a big battle.
Now, many Filipinos are watching you, also Filipinos living abroad, and I'd like you to give them advice on what they should look for in voting for a candidate in 2016. What qualities should we look for in leaders?
Well, I would look first of all for somebody that has experience, that has a proven track record of success. They're good as far as decision makers. They see the big picture. They have a real sense of doing the right thing.
Is the heart important?
The heart's very important. Of course, you know, out of the heart come the issues of life and the abundance of life. So the heart is very essential. I think, again, it's not either or. I want a leader with a great heart, but I want a leader also who has a great leadership head. I don't like the idea of thinking, well, they're really a good person, so therefore they should be the leader. I don't think that is true. I think they ought to be I think what qualifies you to be a leader is to be a good leader. And I think sometimes we get the two a little confused, especially Christians, because we just value good people, and so therefore, and we especially value good people if they're like us. We really like them to be like us, because then they have to be right if they're like us.